LEGO Batman 3 is one of the most loved games among the LEGO game series, and even just games in general. It is quite a classic though, coming out all the way back in 2014, which is why this game is so nostalgic playing it in 2024. But anyways, I thought it would be a fun time to platinum today, so I did just that. The game has 41 trophies included, with nearly every single one coming after the main story. So that really makes you feel like a failure the entire time you play this game, since literally 0 trophies pop. And it must be what you feel like whenever your father looks at you. Failure. But the game begins with an opening cutscene for the first level, and there is 15 levels total in the game, with one bonus level much later on. This first cutscene opens up the game's entire plotline right away, since it's LEGO and they love to move fast. You watch as all the ring people battle somewhere in space before someone points out that Brainiac's minions are coming right at them. It's always a shock when something comes, you know. You then get sent right into Gotham and watch as Batman and Robin enter the sewers in search of the Killer Croc. So this first mission, you basically just spend your time learning what all the suits do and also unlocking a lot of them. You do get to use this cool X-ray vision laser thing, and wait, what does that say? Oh my god, it says to drop a like and subscribe right now. What? That's crazy. You should. Okay, so a little later I was playing as Robin using his Breaking Bad suit and had to shoot down this ladder, but for the life of me could not hit this last one. And this is our first instance into the sad aging of this game. Some things just don't work and it makes this game very, very annoying. But after grappling this sewage blocker a few seconds later, we saw the Killer Croc skedaddle down the hallway like a short bus patron. So obviously we followed him down the sewers until Robin got jump scared and then entered the second part of this first level. The second part of the level is mostly just this boss fight, and Crocman has a giant 1 heart of health. Poor guy must be going through something. Now, LEGO games and me have a very bad relationship. I love playing them for the simplicity, but god almighty, I can never figure out these damn puzzles fast, and it makes me feel like an idiot. So I ran back and forth between these two fan things for ages until realizing all you have to do is shove the LEGO parts from Robin's suit in the machine, so it magically creates this creation. You then obviously just hop on in and shoot it to win the fight. Sadly, that did nothing, and Robin is dead. Psych, he's fine. Oh, and conveniently the next room was like every single LEGO Batman villain possible. What a coincidence. And that was the end of the first level, which gives us a trophy. We then get a cutscene that shows Brainiac in full form, and this is the game's main villain if you didn't know. He also then mind controls all the ring people and takes them hostage in the mind. Batman and Robin also see it on their little monitor, which tells them about possible threats, I guess. We then had to do some puzzles, get some suits, and then do more puzzles, before another cutscene triggered and Batman was spying on Brainiac's ship, which in the process of doing so, he got punished for snooping. Nobody likes a snitch. And then Batman went bad if you couldn't guess that would happen. So this mission's goal is to stop him. We do so by building various different Batman vehicles, which all have big weapons on them. And each one does a little bit of damage before getting completely destroyed. You also have to go into this VR simulation, which is like a mini game that hacks into things for you once completed. Honestly, these are usually dumb in LEGO games, but this time I actually had a decently enjoyable time. Once beating this final one, you also activate the Bat Jet and then hop on in to do more destroying as usual. However, it was all for nothing because he just shrugged it off and then grew ginormous. But his weakness is light, much like me and most of you watching this. I don't even remember what grass feels like. Granted, it is winter, so that kind of makes sense. At the end of this fight, you just walk up to Batman because he's having a brain aneurysm and punch him, which triggers a cutscene in which Batman nearly takes out Robin, but snaps out of it at the last second. There's also some cutscene thing with the villains taking over the Hall of Justice, but we got a trophy after that. So next mission has us playing as other people for once, but I paid to play LEGO Batman, not Green Lantern and his friend with chlamydia. So we are playing as Batman and Robin again and have to find a way to launch the Bat Rocket ship so we can go help with whatever is going on with Brainiac in space. You do this by completing a bunch of dumb tasks around the Batcave, which ends with another of those VR minigames. And then you just get the ship built pretty much and take off with ease. Beat that, Elon Musk.
That's what I'm saying.
However, Joker and the villains also made it up into space and took over the Watchtower, which is why we then get to do a cool vehicle mission and shoot stuff in space. Now this is pure fun. Anyways, Batman and Robin end up losing, I guess. Thankfully, Superman shows up to save the day with that smug face. So yeah, you get to play as Cyborg, the Flash, and Batman next. What a threesome, I tell you what. And you're tasked with just getting back into the space station since we are obviously not in there. And that's bad. But it's pretty easy to get back in, as it always is. You are then in the hangar, I think, and have to power up this big door to open it. But once you do, this jet can fly in, and then the level ends with another trophy. So now we actually just got to free roam a little bit until making it to a room which had a boss fight with Firefly. And you can beat him by just shooting water at the guy. Low-key a L weakness if you ask me. So yeah, we just squirted all over him for a few seconds until he ran away crying. You then get to fight Cheetah, who is, I was gonna say is a baddie, but I don't know if that's animal bestiality or not. So yeah, her boss fight is also easy. You just gotta get tackled by her. Oh no. And then swap characters to punch her. You then swap over to play as Cyborg and Robin hunting down the two big boy villains, who are both hiding in crates as a matter of fact. Low-key, that's pretty dumb if you ask me, but you also get to become big and hard as Cyborg. My favorite. And yeah, you spam square a lot to do these fights, so that's cool. And finally, after that, you play as Batman again and get to battle Joker, a timeless classic. During the fight, however, Lex Luthor shows up and now it's a party. You then end the massive fight by just overcharging this electricity thing and giving everyone a seizure. So we caught all the villains now and then see Brainiac getting ever so closer before the cutscene ends and we get another trophy. Next, you and everyone sort of team up, including the bad guys, and have an intervention with Brainiac where he explains his whole plan and wants to steal the Earth. Reminds me of some other villain before. I can't place his name. But basically, the next few missions then have you just chasing down Brainiac on his ship and in our ship. And you get various trophies after those levels end. Ultimately, however, you track him down to Earth and he shrunk down the poor cities we all know and love. So yeah, these missions are super iconic, and it also must be what anyone over 6'4" feels like in modern society. But you actually got to fight a surprisingly large amount, which is nice. It's always great to take a break from doing the same Lego puzzle 34 times in a mission. But once the fighting is all over, Brainiac shrinks the entire place down to almost nothing. So the city now looks like a micro penis, and we have accomplished nothing. Besides this trophy, of course. So we are out of Europe now and in the very real city of Gotham. Also, I should add, this is one of, if not the most annoying mission in any Lego game I've ever played. For some reason, playing this the first time, it's completely fine. But in free play, the entire time you were doing puzzles and trying to figure out what the hell's going on, there is constantly around 7 enemies fighting you, or being spawned in from Brainiac's ship to then go fight you. And at no point do they ever stop until you finish the mission. I've seriously never been so annoyed playing a Lego game in my life. And yeah, that's all I have to say about this level. We got a trophy also for our suffering. Next up, we see everyone teaming up, like I said previously, and the heroes change outfits into the villains. So we can go and try to get help from the evil ring people in order to charge up some crystal and take out Brainiac. Yes, this story makes sense. Anyways, these missions are all literally the same thing, but on a different planet with different colored things. So overall, it's kind of a drag to be honest, and I didn't really enjoy this section of the game. But we did get a trophy every time we finish one of the planets, of course. And I also got True Hero for the first time on a level today for another trophy. After those missions, you then go to some cold plays and have obtained all the ring people's powers, which then get channeled into this crystal from earlier. And you effectively beat Brainiac right here, or at least he just runs away. Sadly though, Superman becomes absolutely ginormous and you get to fight him a little. However, it was more of just surviving than fighting, to be honest. But once you survive Superman's giant, oversized testicles, another trophy pops like tradition. And that was actually the final trophy from the story, which was surprisingly quick and only took me a little over 5 hours to finish. However, I have a total playtime of 22 hours on this game. So yeah, this cleanup was rough. And when I say rough, I mean like hardcore. Yeah, but the goal now is just go back in free mode and finish off every level collecting all the collectibles on it. So shout out to this guy for the nearly 10-year-old videos, which still hold up great since this game is timeless. I did take a break here and there to explore the hubs of the game, however, since those also have collectibles in them. And while doing this, I wandered into the green room and got a trophy for it. I then spent, wait for it, 9 hours straight of grinding collectibles across everything without receiving a single trophy. Not a single trophy popped throughout any of this pain, and when I say pain, I mean pain. Some notable moments of suffering, however, were in the League of Doom, I think it's called, or maybe Hall of Doom, I can't remember. But there was a quest, and in it you had to kill some enemies. But the last enemy consistently got stuck in the doorway, and I could not hit him for shit. Another notable moment was all of these wonderful planet hubs, but before I go crazy with my positive comments about it, I got 2 different trophies for some random crap. Anyways, these are again pretty much the same thing 7 times over. If you gave me this game as an 80-year-old man with stage 45 dementia and said show me the difference between these worlds, I would forget I ever played a different one. The only difference is the goddamn color scheme. Also, those VR missions have a whole section in addition to all this other crap, and there's 21 of them total as well. Now, after playing 21 of them, I no longer find it fun. I'll admit it. I did get a trophy throughout this pain though for smashing some wall in the Batcave and finding this Riddler thing. And I sort of got flashbacks to the Riddler puzzles in the Arkham games, but it wasn't that bad. I don't need to go to therapy. Actually, I probably do. There was also some dumb bonus missions that I had to play through twice because first time you can't use any characters and you miss like 60% of the collectibles. Love that. But you get a trophy after finishing it. And I also got another one after buying and activating every single red brick at once. I was then on another one of those dumbass planet hubs later and it was called Knock. I then knocked out my teammate and got a trophy because that's funny in 2014. An hour later, I then reached the final part of the game. This isn't really the quote-unquote final area, but it was for me. And it was on the forgotten planet hub called OA. Now, this was actually my favorite one out of all of the hubs because it was just a giant open area with no confusion and zero dumb quests to do. Instead, you literally just have a load of races to do with both vehicles and yourself. So after I did all those, I had everything in the game technically, and then just had to go do the beautiful final ritual of every LEGO game and simply purchase everything. Now, my bank account was looking like mine in real life, obviously, so this was easy. And now I can go get all the cleanup trophies that are now possible to do. I first got one for playing as Adam West, which was a collectible guy in this game, and I honestly don't understand the joke with him, so please, someone explain it. I think I'm going crazy. Anyways, I next went back to the green room and pulled this lever which appeared from the shadow dimension, and then it rained studs everywhere, which gave me another trophy pop for getting 100% completion. I also put on some Batman costume and got another trophy, and then became Bane, which when using him, if you hold down the triangle button, it will insert steroids into him like Sam Sulek and you'll get another trophy pop. There is also a trophy for wearing both of these quest giver outfits as well. If you played this game, you'll know who these people are. I honestly can't remember their names, but they got weird ones. I then had to do a trophy where you bounce 50 times on bouncy objects, and annoyingly enough, I apparently didn't bounce for anything in the story because I sat here angrily watching for minutes as I bounced and bounced and bounced. I then went back to the OA hub and did the Batman Glide for 10 seconds trophy, which I thought would be easiest here, and it was. Next, I became both Green Lantern and Green Arrow at the same time, and also searched the moon idiotically for some cows, but I struggled to find your mother here. It was weird. Thankfully, she showed up finally and gave me a trophy. While here, I then did numerous of those character trophies, which are somewhat annoying though because the characters aren't categorized at all, and finding them can be a pain in this screen. I then had to revisit a few planet hubs before the trophy for visiting them all popped, because it has to be done in one gaming session. I also did a race with a Duck Green Lantern, which was neat, and my second to last trophy was gotten for entering the trophy room of the Batcave with the Riddler. Finally, the last trophy was actually for using a custom character. Now, I had to make numerous of these for the game's quests, but I guess I never hit use while in this screen, and you have to do that for the trophy to pop. So I got that and then the platinum right after, of course. Also, here's the platinum trophy in my library. So yeah, that was LEGO Batman 3's platinum trophy. Low-key, that was an unexpected grind of a game, and for some reason it just felt like way more grindy than the previous LEGO games did. Then again, that's probably because I got lost a lot and was confused, which is sad since this is a kid's game. God, I love kids.